Hi everyone, it's Sarah from Labs, and we've just released Symphonic Strings packs to Labs Plus. This is the third of the symphonic releases we've done on Labs Plus. We gave you some woodwinds, then some brass. Now to complete that ensemble, we've added some strings libraries over to Labs. And so what's really special about these packs, which I've said in the last video, but what's really special about these packs is that they are all taken from Spitfire Symphony Orchestra, which is Spitfire's big flagship orchestral library. It's pristine in the way it was recorded and performed, and it was all recorded at Air Studios in Lyndhurst Hall, which is one of the most amazing places to record orchestral music in the world. And now the next two packs are split into two. So for the strings section, we have a violins and violas pack, and then a celli and basses pack. These strings packs actually have a lot of the main articulations that orchestral players use. So for both violins and violas, we have flautando, It's really good to use these types of sounds for building textures, especially if you want to. It works really well underneath other things, I think, rather than functioning as an actual melody. So just a quick note on violas. Violas look like violins, but they're slightly bigger, and they can play lower pitches, is the high-level summary of the difference between these two instruments. They're beautiful. Honestly, violins, we've all heard it. We've all been there. Violas are violins, but with a certain richness. There's a lot more depth to them, and they're warmer. So really nice to incorporate violas into your music. Then we have harmonics, which is a special technique that produces this high-pitched, really airy sound. And you'll recognize this sound as something that's used a lot to create tension in films. Violas have harmonics too, and again, it's just a slightly lower, deeper register. Then we have long articulations, which is just the normal style of playing. So this is good just building strong chords. You can do it in the violas. When you're using these symphonic packs that we've just released, I highly recommend having a good CC controller set up, whether that be with the MIDI keyboard you already have, or just anything where you can sort of shape the sound while you play. It's really important to help these instruments like properly express themselves like they're supposed to, and sound natural and organic. I have had many phases of my life where I don't have good CC controllers, whether that be because I don't have enough money or I'm like traveling and I just have like my little mini keyboard. In those cases, I'll just record things in as they are, and then I'll go in afterwards and shape CC curves with a pencil. So Definitely get into CC1, which is dynamics, and CC11, which is volume, and shape these sounds. That is the key to getting your string samples to sound realistic. We also have pizzicato, which is just a technique where the players will pluck the string with their finger. We've all heard these sounds. These are really common sounds for TV and like comedy. And then spiccato is the last articulation for these instruments. So that's playing with the bow, but short notes with quick attacks. People use this a lot for ostinatos, so like building repetitive phrases to like build drama and tension. Cello and basses, we're going to see the same playing styles. We have long notes that are bowed. So here's how that sounds for the bass. Super powerful and deep. And so if you want to add depth to your music, I go straight to a string bass. A more gentle way to add depth would be the pizzicato, which is also super common. This doesn't fill up the mix as much, so if you're worried about muddiness, definitely go for the pizzicato. The cello and basses are grouped together here because they are the lowest register of a string section. And one way you can use them together really well is by just doubling whatever the cello has in the bass and an octave lower. And that just kind of creates more impact with the cello. Long notes in the cello are quintessential, like expressive textures, because to me it feels most similar to the sound of someone singing. Strings are time and time again used to add expressiveness to music, to films, to TV shows, video games, everything. So string libraries are tricky. We need them because pretty much every type of music, every genre of music sounds better with strings added. So also thinking about film and TV and video games, you would be hard-pressed to find a score that doesn't have string instruments playing. But, of course, we can't always get into the studio to record our strings, and that's when we turn to samples. The beauty of the symphonic collection is they were all recorded in the same space in a beautiful, beautiful hall. So take advantage of that reverb, of that sound, that special sound that is the Spitfire Symphony Orchestra. It is one of our most popular libraries and has been for a long time. What we're offering in these packs is a chunk of what you can find in the actual Spitfire Symphony Orchestra library, but it's kind of just what you need. Go check out the library. This is Symphonic Strings, split into two sections, the high strings, viola and violin, and the low strings, cello and bass. So have a play, download it, explore the various functionalities, all the things you can control, like vibrato, reverb, release, tightness, and see how you can incorporate it into your music. And if you don't already use these sounds, this is a really good place to start. Thank you so much for watching the video. Hopefully that was helpful. Gives you a taste of what's included in these packs. It's a really nice condensed package of all the most common playing styles for these instruments, all the most common sounds, the kind of sounds you'll hear in every film score, so many tracks, so many albums. And so now it's available to you on Labs Plus. Enjoy.